Hello guys, Irene here, and in this video I'll be talking about minimalism, especially in the African context. Can you actually be a minimalist and still be an African? In addition, what does your African background play in your desires to become a minimalist? So yes, in this video I'll just be having an open discussion just to share my thoughts, and if you have something to share, please leave that in the comment section down below. And if you like this video, find it useful, please leave a like as well. And yes, I think let's just get straight into the video. For the most part in the past, even though you bought things in boxes, the boxes still stayed behind. Well, sometimes because of space, you'd have to move the stuff to the garage, but usually whatever you'd buy, you'd keep everything. So if you'd buy a radio box, you'd keep to store books, even clothes as well. If you're not putting stuff in them, you're placing stuff on them. After you've finished whatever you bought that thing for, if you finish the biscuits in the tin, they would wash the tin up, make sure it's nice and clean, and then put either sugar or put salt, needle and thread. They would always serve a purpose. So I bring this up because it kind of connects to the future, because we're brought up in this environment where we keep everything. Even the garages were meant to store cars, but cars would stay outside because they pack the garage with a lot of stuff. Or even bedrooms. Bedrooms were not just for bed. In your bedroom, you'd have boxes, you'd have cases. It was just storing any and everything. So if you needed something dating back maybe 10 years back, all you needed was time, because you'd find whatever you're looking for, because nothing was thrown away, nothing was burned. Present, you find myself, Irene. I grew up in that background. When I'm moving to a space, I'm usually just my bags or 2 bags and maybe carry on, and I just come in light. But the problem is moving out. I always hustle when I'm moving out of a place or moving to a different place. So while I was in school, I actually moved once, and that became a big headache because I had accumulated so much stuff. It was about 3 years of stuff, or papers, books, things that I didn't really use, nitty-gritty small stuff that I'd accumulated over time, and that took up like 2 days to just pack and separate what I don't really need from what I needed. And usually at that time I wasn't going with a minimalist mindset. I was trying to keep as much as possible. So even in my new place, I took a lot of that stuff in. So on moving day, my place, which initially I come in and it's just empty, by the time I'm done with moving and everyone's helping with moving, the whole place is full of bags and stuff just littered everywhere. It just looks like a mess. Then it takes me forever, because I take forever to unpack. It takes me a couple of weeks to actually get unpacked and arrange things, but I still have a lot of stuff stored away. I still have a lot of stuff taking up space. You see, when you're brought up in a certain kind of way, it's just hard to shake it off. Exposure helps because you see what's out there, you see what works for you as well. You experiment with a few things. So as the years got on, I was like, I wish I would have less stuff, but I was so attached to everything. Everything meant something. And now fast forward to actually just a few weeks ago that I posted that minimalist cleaning, declutter my room video. So it just took me about 3.5 hours, 3 hours to actually clear this room. As you can see, it's a small room, but it had a lot of stuff that had accumulated over time. I gave away a lot of clothes. If I hadn't worn something in about 2 months, I'll just give that away. In the past, I'd keep everything. Now at least the room just feels more airy. It feels like you can breathe, especially now that summer is coming. You want a lot more air and as much breathing space as you can get. But it's been a hard process, like letting go of a lot of that stuff and not just keeping things for the sake of keeping things. A few pointers that I picked up along the process: as much as you're trying to be a minimalist, doesn't mean you get rid of everything. No, it's not an apocalypse. It's not getting rid of everything. It's just making sure that whatever you have in your possession or within your space serves an actual purpose. It's actually of value. It's adding value to your life. Don't just buy for the sake that looks nice, yes, but is it really good? Do you really need it? Those are questions I ask myself before buying anything. Can you do without it? And another thing is, Is it quality? Is it something that's going to last, or is it something that's going to get spoiled over just a bit of time? But if you have something to share that you think would be really good, like to put on video, please leave that in the comment section down below. So yes, that is currently my present and my future going forward. Yes, otherwise guys, that's all I had to share for now. Hopefully you got something out of this, and if this inspired you to go minimalist or try this minimalism, just do what works for you, do what feels good. What I've learned myself, just clearing up a lot of stuff that I don't need, has saved me time. If I get to a time where I need to move, I won't have to like hustle with so much stuff, putting a lot of stuff in boxes, things that I don't really need. So everything that will go into my new space should actually serve a purpose, should be something I really need. If you're from an African background, or if you're not from an African background, how do the two different upbringings differ? Yes, please leave that in comment section. How are you living currently? Are you trying minimalism out? Are you not? Is it something that doesn't interest you at all? Otherwise guys, that is it for me for now. Thank you so much for watching, and yes, see you in the next video. Bye.